Hello everyone, my name is Srinath Udayachandran and I'm a second year student at the University of Jayewardenepura following the course of Sports Science and Management. Today I am going to speak about the impact of COVID-19 pandemic on the sports science undergraduates education. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the people around the globe faced a lot of limitations on their personal lives. These limitations were mainly imposed in social gatherings, traveling, sporting activities, leisure activities, and etc. One of the main industry which was affected by this pandemic was the education industry. This limitation was imposed on students as well because education industry was impacted a lot by the pandemic. This also made Sri Lankan universities to switch to remote, in other words, the online learning. According to the University Grants Commission of Sri Lanka, the remote learning method was enabled to continue their learning amidst of the pandemic. As we draw our focus to remote learning, we can note that there were favorable as well as adverse effects in online learning on undergraduates with regards to online lectures, examinations, and sports practical. So, what was our objective? So, our objective in this study was to investigate the effect of the COVID-19 pandemic on the education of sports science undergraduates. The methodology used on this study. The population was sports science and management undergraduates of University of Sri Jayewardenepura. As a sample, we took 26 sports science and management undergraduates in this study. The sampling technique was purposive sampling. The study was conducted using a questionnaire, and questions were based on online lectures, online examinations, and sports practicals. Results and discussion. Usage of mobile data and Wi-Fi. Most of the students use both the mobile data and Wi-Fi to join the online lectures. The effectiveness of the online lectures was found to be moderately effective. In this study, it was found that 65% of the participants believe that online lectures are moderately effective, while 15% of the participants believe that the online lectures are very effective. Majority of the participants were happy when the online lectures were uploaded in the learning management system. In short form, we call it LMS. Regardless of online lectures, many students were very happy when the online lectures were recorded and when they were uploaded in the learning management system, as they can access it whenever they want. Many participants have faced technical issues as well as have faced financial difficulties while joining the online lectures. This can even I can relate to this because even I faced the similar difficulties when I joined online lectures. Financial difficulties are very much a very common statement because even though Sri Lanka switched to online learning, not everyone were able to afford for internet and Wi-Fi packages. So it is very much understandable that many students, many participants in our study has faced technical issues and financial difficulties while joining online lectures. Most students prefer online examinations compared to physical examinations. This is because during online examinations, they find it very much convenient to study and do the examinations compared to physical examinations because you have to memorize and come and do it. But whereas in online examinations, they find it pretty convenient as they can study from home and do it using an online medium. Most of the participants agreed that online examinations are an effective method in assessing one's knowledge. In this case, only 46% of the participants agreed that it is a very effective method, whereas 35% of the participants responded neutrally to this statement. In conclusion, We can conclude that online examinations and online lectures being uploaded to the learning management system will help the students when it comes to the distance learning method. This was concluded because most of the students have faced financial difficulties and technical issues while joining online lectures. So, when we upload them to the learning management system, students have access to it whenever they want. So, they can come and check those lectures and do the examinations on their convenient times, which can help them to continue a study in a very effective manner rather than asking them to join in a particular time might be a very much difficult for them to continue their studies in the distance learning method. So there are some recommendations I can make to in this study. Number one is issuing a fixed timetable. Yes, when rather than having lectures on and off, when we issue a fixed timetable, that can help the students understand that lectures are happening in this time and in this particular order, and they can make themselves available during that time, and that will help them to join lectures and continue their education. Conducting a maximum of 2 lectures per day of 1.5 hours each. I would like to recommend this because since it's online learning and it happens really in a fast manner, so if we can have only 2 lectures per day, 1.5 hours each, it can reduce the stress on students as they have only 3 hours of lectures per day. And at the same time, their internet connection issues, at the same time, their financial difficulties also can be minimized as they can follow the lectures in a very effective way, helping students who are facing financial difficulties. This pandemic taught us that we have to be there for one another. And I think this should be even with us as students. We also should help one another. So there are many of my own batchmates, and there are many students in the university who are facing financial difficulties. So I think helping one another would be a great idea, and it will be a great help for them to continue their education. It will help us also that we also can be self-satisfied and happy that we have helped one of our batchmates in their education. So these are some of the references I used in this study. Yes, in the end, I would like to thank my lecturer Naduni Wijethunga for assisting me with this study. And I would also like to thank IOHSK for accepting my proposal and providing me with this opportunity. Thank you so much. Have a great day ahead.